Okay, hi. My name is Missy. This is Emily, and we also have Emily. This is our last experiment of the day, and we are going to study structure and properties of matter, which is standard 5 PSI 3. Make observations and measurements to identify materials based on their properties. So what we're going to do today is we're going to see about making some hypothesis and some observations on what you guys think are going to happen when we place the candy into some of these different liquids. This is a lesson that we have done before, and we're just going to continue on making these hypotheses because this is going to teach us how to do the scientific method. So what do you think is going to happen when we put the candy in each of these different liquids? So if we have candy corn here, our Halloween candy, which is great, and if we put them in our Mountain Dew and water, we have rubbing alcohol, vegetable oil, and vinegar. What do you guys think is going to happen to this candy?
Some of them they might dissolve.
Okay, some might dissolve.
I think they might shrink or expand.
Shrink or expand.
Do you think?
Float or sink?
Yeah, could they float? Could they sink?
What do you think the candy corn is going to do in your water, Cadence? Do you think it's going to change?
What do you think it's going to do with that? Because it's so thick. So could it possibly change color? Because I mean, I'm looking at the candy corn, and it's yellow, orange, and white. So could maybe one of the colors might change? What do you think your prediction is?
James, what do you think it's going to do in the Mountain Dew? What's your candy corn going to do?
Same.
Do you think it's going to dissolve? Or
I think it's gonna float because of the density of the Mountain Dew.
Okay. Do you think the candy corn will dissolve, or do you think it'll stay solid?
I think it'll probably become squishy.
You think it's going to be squishy?
Squishy.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to have you guys do is each one of you are just going to pour about an inch or so of your liquid into the jar.
Here, do you need me to help you with that?
I think she's got that one.
Just enough because we want to make sure that our...
Just that the candy corn can
Yep,
be
the
covered.
candy
You can
corn.
pour more.
That's good, can be covered.
Okay, that's good. I'm gonna cap that back on.
So as you, what you're going to observe now is you're going to observe what's going to happen when you place your candy corns in each one of these liquids. Okay, so go ahead and take all of your, move this out of the way so you can see, go ahead and drop one of them at a time. And start looking as you're dropping them, start thinking about
What's
you're
happening?
seeing and what's happening.
I'm seeing little bubbles come off of them.
You're seeing bubbles?
Yeah.
Mine's just sitting
Nothing's
there.
happening.
Nothing's happening.
Nothing's happening.
Excuse me.
Okay, so we're observing, so does any bubbles form on the top of your candy?
There's a few of them.
Okay, he has bubbles here
There's some on with the
with
vinegar.
the Mountain Dew. There's some
Mountain
with
Dew
the
has
vinegar.
bubbles.
Okay.
How about your water? Does your water have any? No. How about the rubbing alcohol, man?
Nope.
Nope.
Does anything
How about the
turn
oil?
cloudy or
There's a couple on mine.
change colors at all?
Yeah, it looks like honestly it's gonna pop.
Okay.
Interesting. Remember our pop rock experiment? The pop had that kind of explosion, bubbly thing going on too.
Yes, and so we have that bubbly thing going on when we do the Mountain Dew. And so the water is kind of getting a little bit maybe. You're going to eat the Mountain Dew.
We can't eat our
So
science
maybe we
experiments.
can take our jar and just stir it around a little bit and see if anything is happening there.
They're kind of like
So did yours
coming
float
apart.
or are they down?
They're kind of coming apart.
Oh yeah,
yeah?
she's got
Like
little.
there's little
okay.
flakes.
There are little flakes
So
in the
if we were
vinegar.
to wait
It's
about
like
10
dissolving.
or 15 minutes, but you might be able to
In
see
yours?
a little bit of a difference in some of these if we stir them around instead of just leaving them. They might change. We can also take our candy out and we can add different candy to the containers to see what would happen with those, or maybe we can just add some candy to it to see what would happen. That would be something else you could do.
Maggie mentioned that some of her color is fading with the rubbing alcohol.
And you can kind of see his a little bit is got a lot, almost kind of like it's flattened in a way.
They're starting to dissolve.
Yes, a little bit.
It looks
She's
more,
got something on the top of
A different
hers.
color yellow too than originally
Yeah.
you poured it.
Like,
So
it
I
looks like a
wonder what would
darker
happen
color.
if we added
Oh, should we try to add gummy bears into them?
To this.
Clearly,
and
gummy
see
bears are a hit with all of the kids.
What would happen with
I think they
that.
wanna eat them.
So here's a gummy, 2 for you. And 2 for you.
James, you can't eat them.
That's okay.
I want to eat one.
I'm sure she
Oh,
And
I've
let's
got
just add them to what you already have and see what's gonna happen
Thank
between the candy corn and the gummy bears.
Should I
Let's see it.
eyeball these?
And see if anything is happening.
Maybe
with
switch
that.
them around again. And in that vegetable oil, it seems like all the candy just kind of sunk and is real heavy at the bottom.
Whoa, I got stuff on top.
What kind of stuff?
Like, weird stuff. It looks like plastic.
So none of our candy is floated, so most of everything has stuck to the bottom.
Mine's kind of like
They're kind of-
glowing.
They're kind of like getting
bigger, wider.
Okay, what's getting
looks
bigger
like
and
there's
wider?
Oh,
Last
her
time
gummy
it-
bear.
Gummy bears.
Okay,
The
so
one
the
gummy
gummy
bears
bears
are a little
they're
bigger.
getting a little bit bigger in the vinegar. So if we were to compare them, the gummy bears to the candy corn, do we see much of a difference? This, what you saw was your gummy bear was expanding, but the candy corn was kind of still just kind of hanging.
Yeah, it was just, it was
Right.
like coming apart.
They're like
Bailey's gummy bears look kinda funny too.
They
So
look like
what is
really
shrinking
fat.
in
Yeah, they look like
My
they expanded
candy
in
corn
the,
and then my gummy
vegetable
bears
oil
are
as well.
You have
expanding.
the alcohol. Yes.
so nothing happened with the gummy bears or,
That's
the
cool.
candy corn and the vegetable
I
oil.
see a lot of
But in the gummy bears, they really expanded and they became flatter.
like different colors in that one.
Cadence
Yeah,
has
it's
got
kinda
floating
funny.
too.
Yeah, that's what I see, a lot of floating stuff going on. So at the end of your experiment, what you would do is you would get together and you would write down what you see and what you've observed, and then you would compare with your partner to see what type of thing they saw and what they observed based on the type of liquid that they had in each container. And another thing we can do is we can change this, and we can use different pops. We could do different type of candy, and we can add all different kinds of liquids to see what would happen to our candy.